So Donnie's swapping the bars off. There he goes. Why wouldn't we do something like that? How much is this saw? It's $1,400, Mark. A 372 X-Torque. I've never owned one of these. 555. What the heck is that? No way. There's a 592. Look at that. 1,800 bucks. He's got his music on. He's Donnie Walker. We're inspecting the saw. Friends, a glorious good morning to you, or afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Back in here. Listen, this little project I've been working on down at Vartan's has been a joy for me. This isn't something that he had requested. I had actually asked him, I said, listen, I want to do this for you. Because he's eventually going to have the golf cart trails, and hopefully he might even get some young men in there building trails. It's just a good thing all around. But friends, this is a 28-inch bar. This is our... Oh, hey, by the way, thanks to the folks that have gone into buckandbillyray.com and dropped your name in the hat for this. The response has been good. We've never really done this before, and people are excited about it. We're getting some great feedback, so that's why I was kind of having a peek around the saw shop there. Maybe we'll do another one. You guys let me know what you think on that. But anyway, it's fun. So I'm just going to roll through this real quick. This little saw is quite handy here because there is some kind of upper work. You're lifting the saw up a little higher at some points. And it is nice, the couple of pounds lighter. But I'm sure enjoying running this little power saw, friends, and breaking this stuff in. This here's kind of a funky little trip. I get going up here. I want to scrape this bluff off. You'll see what happens here now. I go for a little bit of a dip-de-whip-de-noop-do. But it was all good. Power saw sitting there idling, pick it up, keep going. And then I go sauntering up here to the top because I'm basically restoring this bank, friends, or this bluff. You see all those beautiful ferns in that? Wait till you see it until I'm done. If you see beauty and stuff like this, you'll understand. If you don't, if it's just a hunk of rock for you and dirt, then you won't see the beauty in it. But this is a very special place. It's got neat geological things to it. And I'm just restoring the bluff. Do you know, friends, when I was falling right away on a place called Mount Benson, which is our big mountain here, there was a project called Benson Meadows. And we were doing a right away in there and clearing for house sites. And they wanted to save out the moss on the rock and the shallal in between the homes, you know, the green space. So I have a background in, yes, killing trees, but also saving and beautifying what's left. So, and we talk about trail building and working the parks and leaving something for the birds and the bugs and just all of that habitat stuff. So I'm scraping this bank off to get this moss rolling again, get these ferns fluffed up. And this is just, friends, I can't tell you. I wouldn't want to be doing anything other than I'm doing right now. I freaking love this work. Listen, I wasn't told to go do this. I just want to do this. So I kind of sold Vartan on this, and he loves it. So anyway, friends, thank you all so much. We'll click through this and get back into the video. I'm just going to hit you again with another voice. See this here? I mean, it's just... There's such a beautiful thing underneath all this. And I want to expose that. So I'm just kind of slanging off this 28-inch bar and pulling this stuff down so it hits the ground and will decompose. And then when people are down there walking through the trails and they look up, they can see something that doesn't look like a war zone. It's just the beautify. I call it beautifying or naturalizing. And it's really enjoyable work, friends. There's always something you can do and get out there and get dirty. So we're just making this happen. just gonna sashay down to this little blow down here on the bluff. Give it a little saw with the old power saw. Little underbuck, little top buck. Turn off the machine and roll her down the bank. She's coming around, friends. Okay. So, listen, right out of the chute, I don't know about you. I'm talking to men right now. I'm talking to men. The world has changed so much, fellas. It has. It's changed so much. Hey, listen. Somebody said to me the other day, and this is even goofy, me even saying this, but it just is what it is. I didn't expect actually any of this stuff to be going down in my life. I didn't. This is an organic, completely, just, anyways, I do know this about myself. I'm 55, in 30 days, I'll be 55 on April 7th or whatever the days are, okay? I'm going to be 55 years old, all right? Yesterday, I'm traipsing around on this bluff, on this bank, and I ain't getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a task I have to do. You understand where I'm going with this? I made the decision when I was 27 years old that I would never be unhappy at a job again in my entire life. And do you know why I made that decision? And it was a conscious one, friends. It wasn't just flippity-flop, life's going along. No, I'm present. I'm present in my life. I'm present right now in the moment. And I remembered the decision. I had so many, not dead-end jobs, but yeah, dead-end jobs. But every one of them that I was at, I thought I'd be running my own show at some point. Whether it was the clothing store or the produce department, I just always had that mind frame. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just, so anyways. But listen, old Donnie Walker's texting me. We were playing around with that 562 yesterday. I think we got it figured out. Anyway, I don't, now at 55, I don't know anything else that makes me feel better than headbutting some buck brush and getting barked up and having a busted up, bleeding and rolling around in the dirt. There's just nothing more fun for me. And I mean that in a general sense, but I mean it in a spiritual sense, in a mental, spiritual well-being, okay? So if I could only convey to men these days, if there was something that I could convey, two things to men in our world, is, fellas, you're going to be nicer to talk to if you're barked up, okay? You just are. It's nature, you know. Unless, you know, you were born and you don't like having dirt under your fingernails, that's fine too. That's fine too. You'll find pleasure and peace other ways. But if you're just a regular old Joe fella who might be sitting around a little too much and wondering why you're not feeling that good, or trying to look for excuses, maybe life handed you a crooked card or a short stick. It didn't, okay? It didn't. There was two things that and I got to be careful when I tell stories like this, because I honestly, I feel like swearing sometimes, and my throat starts to swell, and then it comes up into my jowls, and then it hits my eyes, and then sometimes water comes out. So, but I'm not doing that today. when I started getting dirty, and I'm talking after my haywire years, you know, when I looked in the mirror and went like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with these? Like, you come on, son, you're losing it here. What are you gonna do? Do you know what helped me? And I'm not a religious man. Please understand that. Like, I know you know that. I know most of you know that. But I know most of you know that I use the word God or creator or universal spirit or whatever. There's something out there. And I reconnected to that when I was I had it when I was a kid. I'm talking a little kid. I spent my life in the bushes, friends, and up and down logging or, you know, country roads, and but a lot of time by myself. And I was always talking to something. I was always talking to something. And it was like, so I call it my childhood God. It's just what I call it. And it just made so much sense to me. I've even got a little moisture in the peepers right now, thinking about it. Because it's not, it's the furthest thing from the religion. It's just a thing, man. And I reconnected to that when I quit drinking and substances. I reconnected to that intuitive knowing, that feeling inside your gut when you ask a question. You're driving down the road on your pedal bike and you're like, as soon as you ask the question, the answer is there. It's there. It's intuitive. It's a knowing. And I left that behind. I did. I left it behind. It was kind of always there, but it got really convoluted when I started ingesting things to run from life. This is a totally on the whim video here, but I'm spitting it out there and it's going up. I'm uploading this stuff because I think there's a missing link now for men. I do. So the two things that really, really were profound for me when I started to create who you're talking to right now and who you're looking at, the man with some time behind him now. You know what I mean? I was a soft poofter when I was a young man. I was a soft, I was soft. My hands were soft and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. This is just me. You might like soft hands. And I'm not saying don't get this convoluted. I'm just saying. So when I reconnected to my understanding of something, and I knew that I was never alone again, ever. I'm not alone. Even when I'm alone. I didn't like to be alone, friends, before. That's why I would go to the bar if my girl was working and I was alone. I didn't like being by myself. So I would run to the bar to be around people and ingest and escape myself. I would run from myself. It's weird stuff, but it's real. So just, you're perfect. You're perfect the way you are. It's that simple. Stop running. Stop running. So just, you're not alone. And the answer for you may be to get dirty. I'm just saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to stop now, but Mike Early. What do you think of that, Michael? Listen, friends, in the past few days, you folks have shown me that you're interested in what I'm doing with this power saw. You have found a way to engage with the channel, and this just hit us the other day. I'm like, Husky gave me that saw. They gave me the power saw. My wife sings here. So anyways, because I'm rambling, right? And it was like, you people are engaged. Did you know that you can go to buckandbillyray.com right now and buy a shirt? I think we have it at, I think the least purchase is kind of like $25, $20 or $25. I think it was 25. Oz runs all this. We just call her Oz now. It's Christine. I don't like this part of it, friends. I'll be straight. Most of you know that have been here forever. I'm not good at this part. If it wasn't for Christine, I honestly think this channel would be a different place. And I mean that. I'm so old school. So anyhow, just thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Everybody who's engaging up at Buck and Billy Ray's. And what I was going to say is if you go buy a shirt for $25, every $25 you spend at the store enters you. Could you imagine buying a t-shirt for $25 or a hoodie or a set of suspenders like Darren Clark did? Or Ronnie Bratz? Rio McClellan, I think it's Rio Tate Hogan, Neil Engel. Fellas, I see you in there. Don't think I don't. This Mike Early. Mike. And Jeremy Buchanan. Jeremy's a friend of mine. I have him in my phone. We chat from time to time. He bought some stuff. He says, Buckin, get this. And this is going down. This is going down. Okay? Jeremy, I know you didn't ask for this, but you're getting it. He bought some things, but he doesn't want to be entered in the SAW. He just wants someone else to have the opportunity. So he just supported the program, but says, don't put my name in the hat. You see? So if you think for 1 second that I don't know what's going on here, you'd be mistaken. You'd be mistaken. I'm a grizzled old vet that is so grateful for this freaking you people. I'm grateful this morning. And it's not just because of what I'm talking about here. It's about some other things. I feel some healing. So listen, I spent some time on the SAW. I spent some time on this bank yesterday at Vartan's. Friends, I walked into Walker's yesterday and I saw an X-Torque 372. And I picked it up. I got all these old memories came flooding back in. That 372 carcass is world renowned. That 372 XP old school was a masterpiece. It was an absolute masterpiece, that saw from Husqvarna. It was. Gosh, I wish they would do something like that, like an 86er. 77 on that. Oh my yay. Anyway, these people I mentioned and everybody else and another group of people are messengers of kindness. You know who you are. You know who you are. You support the channel on a monthly basis on your own fruition. You know who you are. We don't support, talk about it or promote it. But every now and again, I talk to the messengers of kindness, and I know who you are, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and you make all this happen. You people make the channel happen, not me. Think about it for a minute. So thank you. Anyway, I'm just in a grateful mood this morning. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about and do, but mainly I'm just working. I'm getting barked up again, and I'm way better when I'm barked up. My calluses suffered. They did when this hit me, and so they're coming back. And I'm just way better when I'm dirty, and I bet you will be too. I don't see how you couldn't be. And if that's not you, don't worry about it. I'm just one man, okay? Somebody says to me the other day, Buckin, you're an influencer. I've been influencing since I was born, and so have you. We are one of two things, gentlemen. And women and children. You are either an example or you're a warning, and you are being judged. Don't think you're not. You are. It's instinct. It's how the human being lives. They make judgments all day long. Is this guy going to pull out in front of me? Is this guy going too quick? Is this guy weird? Is this guy coming at me? That guy looks a little odd. That guy looks angry. He looks happy. There's a nice fella. You tell me you don't judge people? I don't believe you. How about that? Because I do, and that's how I survive. But I'm uploading this, because this is really what the channel is this here, today, what went on. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. And it might be as simple as you need to go get dirty. Get cut, get bleed. Do something for somebody. But be careful, you might like it. Over and out.
Let's go get this thing. I can't handle it. There we go. That's it. Beautification. I like it. Hey? I think we got it, friends. So you see the buckbrush in front here? I leave it. Here, let's get you guys back. Because it's gonna throw green out, right? And then you got your Indian plum in here. It's the first thing to throw. It's sprouts. See right here, this guy, Indian plum. It's actually got blossoms on it, friends. There's another name for it, but look at our rock now. Look at our beautification program. Look at that buckbrush is gnarly. It is gnarly, but you'll see it in the spring. It looks beautiful. Now that's what I'm talking about. Little beautification. There's some handwork that can be done here. He's got some young fellers in here, Jules. You know, you want to naturalize it. You don't want to leave it all clumpy like old Buckin did there. It's saw work today, not handwork. Little mixture of the two. Wallop. Let's go home. Use Kleenex if you don't have your muffs with you. Friends, you should see what's back here. Look, I want to show you something. Look back there, friends. Look at that. Rolling hills and rocks of ferns. It really is truly beautiful, friends, and I'm so happy with this now. Hey?